Hi, Democrats. Today is Monday, November 9th. And if you saw my heading for this, I am no longer going to go live daily. Haven't decided what day of the week I'm going to go live, but it's not going to be daily. Um, I haven't spoken to you guys since we got the word that we have a new President-elect Joe Biden. It sounds so good, almost as good as Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. So excited about that. So we had that good news. That's awesome. And then we had the other news that we needed to come to terms with, that in Oklahoma, we took a big hit. And I was really down last week. I saw some of it coming, didn't see as much of it coming as happened. And I've spent some time in the 6 days that's passed thinking about what is it that Oklahoma needs to do to stop that from happening. And so I've been working on developing plans and making connections with people who can help us with those plans. And, just trying to figure out where do we go from here. So primarily, we have a voters registration issue, right? And so we had big plans for voters registration in 2020. COVID kind of interrupted those plans, and we have to shift and figure out a way to register voters in the time of COVID. Other states are doing it, and we've just got to tap into what they're doing, but still stay COVID safe because our numbers are spiking like nobody's business. I want everybody to be safe, but I want people to, I want us to also plan, right? And planning means that we take care of our democracy. Right now in Oklahoma, the Republicans have a supermajority, and that means that not a lot of things in the that Democrats want are going to pass. But I am grateful for who we have. I am grateful for the work that they will be doing, and we'll have to support them however we can. So what you're probably going to see for the next 9 months coming from the party are a lot of calls to action, because it is our job to hold our elected officials accountable. It is our job to support our elected officials when they're trying to get something done that we know will help our democracy, and we know that will help our fellow citizens. And so you will be seeing a lot of calls to action with regards to that. Additionally, we're going to be asking for your help as we register voters. We've tapped into a couple of other states, and I know that a lot of Oklahoma Democrats are throwing their energy and resources behind the Georgia Senate runoffs. Absolutely great causes. We're going to be trying to figure out how we partner with Georgia so that we can help that effort. But additionally, we want to partner with Georgia so we can learn what they did. Georgia was a red state until Saturday. There is hope. That's how I look at that. I look around and I see what other states are doing. We are not the only state that hasn't picked a Democratic president in my lifetime, frankly. We're not the only state. We're not the only state who hasn't picked a Democratic president in the last 3 or 4 elections. But they're all working, they're all doing things, and we're going to do those things as well. Texas had a really good chance of turning blue. They did not, but they came close. They came way closer than we did. So there are lessons to be learned from them as well. So that's what the party is going to be doing. We're going to be partnering with other states to see what they're doing well, and how we can adopt those things. All we can do is get better from here. That's all we can do, and that's what we'll be focusing on. And so you're going to be hearing from the party quite a bit on some of the efforts that we're working on to make Oklahoma a whole lot less red. That's step one, is to make Oklahoma a whole lot less red. It would be great if we were blue, but our first step is to make Oklahoma a whole lot less red. So we're going to be working on that. We're going to be partnering with other states. So on to the good news, right? So on Saturday, history was made, right? There was a lot made on the coverage that I was watching about how President-elect Biden, the news came exactly 48 years to the day from his first election. And that's kind of cool, and that's very, very exciting, and that's historical. But what else is historical is that 48 years ago, Shirley Chisholm first stepped up and said, "I belong in the White House." That was 48 years ago. That we had a woman who tried to run a real campaign towards being president. we had a woman of color step up and say, hear me. And then 48 years later, we finally have a woman going to the White House in Kamala Harris. That's historical, just the fact that she's a woman. And then the fact that she's an African-American woman. She's a woman of Indian descent. All kinds of history was made. I have 3 nieces that I love with everything that I am. And the fact that they can now look at that as a possibility warms my heart. And I hope that everyone was celebrating that. We broke the glass ceiling. And as Vice President-elect Harris said, she may be the first, but she won't be the last. And we have to work hard to make sure that little girls and little boys everywhere know that it's possible. And so there was good news. There was good news this weekend. Likely for the next couple of weeks, there's going to be crazy chaos coming from Washington. All we need to do, not fight on Facebook, not fight on Twitter, don't even explore Parler. We need to be focused on the work that we can do. We need to be recruiting candidates. We need to be getting ourselves ready and building our infrastructure so we're ready for the midterms. But before the midterms, we have school board races all over the state that filing is in the next month. So there's all kinds of things that we need to be working on right now. And so there's work to do. You've had almost a week to be sad, mad, frustrated with what happened in Oklahoma last Tuesday. Take that in. But now we need to be working on what we can do to fix it, what we can do to move Oklahoma forward. We know where our gaps are. We know what we need to be doing, and we need to be doing that. So you will be hearing from the party quite a bit. You won't be hearing from me every day anymore. That was in lead up to the election. We've had the election. I haven't decided what day, but you will hear about that as well. Thanks for joining me, and sharing is caring. Oh, I forgot to say, tonight I will be on the Hamilton Report with Scott Hamilton, talking, recapping the election in a little bit more detail and talking in a little bit more detail about our plans going forward. So please join me and Scott on our Facebook page or YouTube page. Both of them are okdemocrats.org. Join us, hear about what our plans are and how you can help. You guys have a great one. Bye.